2015's Jurassic World is the first installment in the Jurassic Park trilogy that should never have been made. With a lackluster script and subpar effects, the movie definitely does not live up to the legacy that was set in 1999 with the first Jurassic Park movie. Let us know down in the comments below what you guys think of this. Like and subscribe for more nerd content and commentary. I'm Brennan and for the New Wave Nerds. Joining me this time, for the first time in a long time, is my co-host Shayde. Now let's roll the intro. Alright, 2015's Jurassic World is directed by Colin Trevorrow and written by Rick Jaffa, Amanda Silver, and Colin Trevorrow. It stars Chris Pratt, Bryce Dallas Howard, Ty Simpkins, Judy Greer, Irrfan Khan, I'm very sorry, Vincent D'Onofrio, and Nick Robinson. Now, Shayde, as always, we're going to begin with a brief no-spoiler review. What did you think of this movie, revisiting it for the 1000th time?
Well, when I was a child, a little boy, I loved this movie, but I was a little boy, and it's been a very long, long time since I've seen this.
Yeah.
So revisiting it, it was just like, it really showed how bad it was.
Yeah.
And how much was lacking in it. You know, like you said, lackluster. This is a lackluster film.
In this case, absence did not make the heart grow fonder.
No. It also just, it relies too much on, like, nods to the first film sometimes, you know?
It does feel very, very nostalgia-baity in times. And, yeah, like I said, I mean, I don't think this should have ever been made, to be honest with you. I mean, it seems like a pointless movie, and I remembered it being fun.
Yeah.
And I remembered it not being good. But then again, on this rewatch, this is the first time I'd seen it since Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom came out. It didn't even live up to my very low expectations in my head. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But now let's head into the spoiler section. But before we do that, I'm going to very politely ask you all to head on over to patreon.com/newwavenerds. We're currently doing a patron drive where if we get to 15 subscribers a month or $50, which just about covers our podcast hosting fees, then we're going to be doing a very special series for you guys. We're going to be taking a look at DC's classic Crisis on Infinite Earths issue by issue. It's going to be the perfect place if you're interested in the story but don't have the time to read a 12-issue series from 1980. It's very 1980s. It's a great story, though, and we are really, really excited to talk about it. So again, if you want to hear that, then head on over to patreon.com/newwavenerds.
So give us your money.
Please. Please. I'm holding my hat in my hands. I'm holding my Daredevil helmet in my hands. All right, so Shayde, now we're in the spoiler section.
Yes.
What do you want to talk about first? I mean, there's a million things we could go here.
Holy crap. All right. Well, number one, I would like to go.
Number one? Sorry.
I would like to address Bryce Dallas Howard.
Yes.
And her wonderful acting in this movie.
If that wasn't clear, it was sarcasm.
It was very, very much sarcasm. Her acting in this was so
Stop.
such a letdown. There we go.
Yeah, because Bryce Dallas Howard is a really good actor. I mean, she's worked in a lot of good stuff. She's very talented in the entertainment industry in general. She's a great director.
You ever seen Spider-Man 3?
Oh, yeah.
No,
You said Spider-Man 3 and I went to No Way Home and I was like, she was in that?
Oh.
No, yeah. For like the 3 seconds she's in that movie.
Falling. Then she just falls. I just remember her. The only scenes I remember with her falling.
She falls in that movie?
Yeah, she was doing like a photo shoot because she was a model. And then she's just like, I think a crane crashes in to where she's shooting at.
I don't care. This is not a Spider-Man 3 review, which if you want that, request it in the comments because that would be fun to revisit those. We'll probably wait to do that until Spider-Man Brand New Day comes out.
Yeah.
But that would definitely be fun. It's a lot of Spider-Man movies.
A lot to go into.
Maybe we could look at the animated series too because I've never seen any of them.
I haven't either.
Some of them I hear are good. A lot of them I hear are not.
Yes.
In any case, Jurassic World, yeah, Bryce Dallas Howard is not phenomenal here.
No.
It's very bland, very stunted. And like I said, she's a good actor, and so I was kind of just sad to see that. I had remembered again not liking it, but I felt like I mostly didn't like it from a story standpoint. But now watching it the second time, I'm like, oh man, this movie fails on so many levels. I mean, the acting in a lot of cases is not great from one of the leads. The script itself is full of holes.
Yes.
It's just not a good script. And then the CGI itself is just, it's insane in so many places.
And I mean, you were going over what movies came out that same year.
Yeah, well, so 2015, I mean, this is the same year as Star Wars The Force Awakens.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, 3 years before this in 2011, or 4 years before this in 2011, we had Rise of the Planet of the Apes. This is 1 year after War for the Planet of the Apes. Now, like we were talking about during the movie, like those are obviously like different technologies, but the effects in those two movies look far and away better than this.
Yeah, well, you would think it's a Jurassic movie, so you would think its budget could like be able to perform well for the CGI.
Well, and so okay, that's my thing. Is that like, granted, this is coming out after two other Jurassic Park movies that didn't necessarily do great. We had The Lost World and then the third one, right? So I would understand, like, from a certain standpoint, why you wouldn't want to put, like $1 bajillion behind this. But at the same time, it's like this, from pitch that this is going to be a very VFX heavy movie.
Yeah.
It has to be, because there's millions of dinosaurs all over the place. So it's like you need a budget here. And this, it only has 150 million, which for a massive like box office, a summer blockbuster movie, really isn't all that much. I mean, and it did obviously make its money back. I mean, it was the first Jurassic Park movie we'd seen in a while. I think it said gross domestic was like 600 million here, and an opening weekend it was 200, so it already made its money back.
Yeah.
But it's weird to me. Like, whenever we watch a movie like this, it was 13 years since Jurassic Park 3. 14 years, sorry, which came out in 2001. Man, my math is all over the place today. I
can't math.
But I don't know. It's it's very, very weird to me. Again, like, if you're gonna make this movie, then I think you need to go all in, especially if it's a script with like this that is so dinosaur heavy. I mean, so much more so than the first three movies.
There's dinosaurs in this movie?
In a few places. You might have missed them.
Should have kept my eyes out. Practical. They have one. I mean, like, from what I saw, like it was just that long neck dinosaur that we could tell was practical.
Yeah, man, I don't know what it's called. Brontosaurus, maybe.
But, yeah,
I think that's a dinosaur with a long neck, but I don't know if it's a specific one. But yeah, I mean, and the thing is, it was a practical moment because the characters had to have like a really emotional connection with it because they're watching it die, and it looked good.
It did.
You know what I mean? Like, the only reason we were able to really necessarily notice that it was practical was because it looked so much better than all of the other dinosaurs that we had seen.
Yeah. I mean, it did, and we've spent like our whole childhoods criticizing movies, so we can sometimes tell.
Yeah, and lamenting the fact that there's less practical effects. Yeah. But here's my thing. Again, the third act of this movie takes place at night. Okay, I don't know, and I say this with like all of these movies like this where you're going very VFX heavy, but the VFX don't look that great. Man, put it at nighttime.
Yeah.
Putting it at nighttime is an instant hack to make the effects look a little bit better. And maybe they don't look better, but you don't notice that they're quite so bad because it's harder to see. I was just going to say that's one of the reasons why the T-Rex reveal in the first Jurassic Park movie is so good. Right, it's obviously a great like practical effect. It's a great animatronic, but it is in the middle of a downpour. It is at the middle of night. There are very few lights, so it's very like difficult to see. Right, and that adds to the factor of adds to like the scare factor.
Yeah,
that's one of the reasons that movie is so good, because it does such a good job playing with what it has, and I don't think this movie did that.
Speaking of the scare factor, really quick. They choose what they like when it comes to scare factors, and they reuse it like 4 times.
Yeah.
In this movie, and it's very annoying because then it loses every sense of scariness.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like, okay, he's not doing that every time. You know, the dinosaur, to be specific.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, we get the dinosaur is intelligent, but like, why is it like casually waiting?
Yeah.
Why is it just sitting here staring through this gyrosphere? You know what I mean? Why is like it waited for a long time? Like it's again, it's a really poorly written script, I think. And again, I don't think that this movie should have been made. I don't think any of the Jurassic World movies should have been made. They're fun. Don't get me wrong. They're fun to watch, but they're not very good movies.
Yeah.
And so when you have a series, a 6-movie series, where only one of them is good, then you need to reevaluate. Like, clearly something is not going right here. You need to figure out what the problem is and fix it, or never try it again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it just doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, I mean, what do you think if they remade these three, if they did these 3 movies now instead of back then, like 2015,
Yeah.
but you know,
Instead of a decade ago.
yeah, if they did,
Wow, that's 10 years.
I know, it's freaking crazy. If they did it now, do you think it would be different?
I do. Well, okay, so there's a few reasons that I think it actually would be different. One, I mean, it's been a decade, so the effects themselves would probably look better. If they had made them now, then that would mean that we hadn't seen a Jurassic Park movie for 24 years.
Build up the hype real good.
Build up the hype, and because there's the hype, because there's been no dinosaurs, you're going to be able to get a bigger budget because more people are going to want to see it because it's been so long.
Yeah.
Right? So and then on top of that, I think like Chris Pratt is good in this movie.
Yeah, he was good.
But if you get somebody instead of Bryce Dallas Howard, somebody who can deliver the lines well, which again, she's a great actor, just not in this movie. If you get somebody who can deliver the lines well, I think the movie instantly jumps up like a point or two.
Yeah. Yeah, her acting was a very big issue, you know, and it was kind of hard to miss. Some of the dialogue was very hard to miss and not make fun of, and that goes for a lot of the actors in this movie. Even Chris Pratt, you know, some of his dialogue was iffy, and it was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, but I will admit, from everybody at points, there were funny lines.
Yes.
Like, you know, there's the scene where Bryce Dallas Howard and Chris Pratt are like chasing after the 2 young kids, and they jump out in a waterfall, and Bryce Dallas Howard is like, well, can't you get their scent? Can you track them? And Chris Pratt goes, I was with the Navy, not the Navajo. And that was a good line.
Yeah, that was
and
good.
then the guy who plays the like technician in the command center, Jake Johnson, Peter B. Parker from Into the Spider-Verse, he had good lines and he had good line delivery. But like, he's a comedy actor.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, he's supposed to be good at that. And he is. And he's got great, like, timing and great physical comedy. Like, there was one scene that we laughed at so hard when Vincent D'Onofrio is just, like, hovering over Jake Johnson's back. And he's, like, got his arm on his shoulder and he's just rubbing it. And Jake Johnson's just like...
Yeah.
And the timing on it is great. And I will say, in favor of, like, the editing crew here, I think they waited the perfect amount of time before they cut it.
Yeah.
Like, it all worked together really well. So there are a few good gags. Like I said, it's a fun movie. It's a fun movie, but there's just nothing really there.
No, and there's nothing new. I mean, you know, of course, the Indominus Rex are villain of this movie.
Yeah, but even that, like, the use of the Indominus Rex just, like, showcases, like, so many different problems with, like, the script and the plot.
Yeah.
Because it's, like... in the beginning, for whatever reason, you know, we're going to reveal that the genetic makeup of this dinosaur is classified, and then we're going to slowly reveal it throughout the movie whenever it suddenly is impactful. You know, like, we're going to reveal that he has camouflage, and then we're going to reveal that he's actually, you know, they used raptor DNA. You know, it's all very convenient, and it was like, okay, well, this is just a plot device. You know, like, if they were going through this, the minute that I was going to say raptor, but he's not a raptor. The minute that Indominus Rex breaks free, they would be like, oh, this is serious. He's got raptor DNA. This is like the ultimate predator here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, they would immediately talk about it so that they could figure out ways to take him down.
Well, I mean, it's not like they tried to evacuate either the second it got out.
Yeah.
They're just like, ooh, let's keep trying to make it lay down, you know? Mm-hmm. And it was just.
Well, and we were talking about in the middle of the movie, it's like, why are there no, like basically tornado shelters on the island?
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, obviously you never want it to happen, but you have to plan for the possibility at some point that the dinosaurs are going to get out. And they do plan to some degree because they have the asset containment unit or whatever who's specifically there in case the dinosaurs get out, right? So why not build some bunkers just so that you can rush people into if something like this happens? Instead, no, we're just going to leave everybody milling about.
Why do they have a door the size of the dinosaur? You know?
Well, I mean, I would assume that, they had to, there are probably situations where they've got to get the dinosaur in and out. I mean, like when you go to the zoo, I mean, like the giraffes enclosures at Henry Dorley have doors the size of giraffes.
Yeah, but they ain't going to eat me.
Man, I wouldn't mess with a giraffe.
I'll scruffle with
Have you seen them fight, dude? They swing their necks hard. Or like the elephants. I mean, like elephants are sweet, but they'll trample you, right? And they've got doors big enough to fit elephants. I mean, I don't work at a zoo. As much fun as it would be to work with gorillas, I really don't want to work at the zoo. And so I wouldn't know necessarily the exact reason, but to me, it is feasible and understandable that they would have doors that the dinosaurs could walk through.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I was thinking, like, how did they get the dinosaur in there? And I was like, oh, it was born there.
Yeah, it was. And also, I mean, it's not like they're taking the dinosaurs from Africa, but I was going to say, like, they could just airdrop them in. Like, most of the paddocks are, like, open air, except for, obviously, like, the aviary and stuff.
They got helicopters.
They do have helicopters. That is true.
Clearly, they got helicopters.
Yeah. That scene where the owner of the park, what's his name? Where is it at here? What do we got? Masrani. When he's about to pilot the helicopter in like the second or third act or whatever, and the other worker is like, well, where's your instructor? And he goes, I don't need one. And it's got this really extreme push into his face. That was so forced.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
And it's like, well, you're not a professional pilot. Why would they let him do that?
Well, who else is going to do it,
Well, what happened to the other pilot? What happened to the main pilot?
Didn't you listen to the movie? He's caught up in the evacuation, Shayde.
Oh, yeah.
I don't blame you. It was a very minimal plot point. It was one line. It was just an excuse to be like, we need to make sure this guy pilots the aircraft. So one, we can get a little bit more comedic effect out of it. And two, so that he can blow to pieces.
He can burn.
Yeah. I mean, he didn't even get eaten by the dinosaur.
No, he went out in an awful way.
Yeah, by literally his own hand.
Shouldn't have let him fly. No.
Somebody had to do it.
Somebody had to do it?
Yeah, somebody had to shoot those really ineffectual bullets at that dinosaur.
I know, and that was another thing, is like, they all kept using guns. And they all knew it wasn't working.
Yeah, I mean, it's like at a certain point when you shoot this guy up with like 50 million rounds, and in the next scene it's not even piercing his hide. Like
rocket launchers.
They did try rocket launchers. They blew up a raptor with one.
They did that. Yeah, I mean, a direct hit. They missed because they're bad at their job.
Yeah, they did miss Indominus Rex.
But if they would have hit, he would have been dead.
Probably, but I mean, here's the thing. This guy was getting shot with like heavy rounds.
Yeah, that's
I
true.
mean, I don't know what the actual caliber size of the machine gun on that helicopter is. What did he say? An M134? I don't even know if that's a real thing or if they just made it up.
I know my guns pretty well, so it's not real.
M134 minigun is a 6-barrel rotary machine gun, 7.62.
It's real.
Okay, so that's not even like massive.
No.
Wow. I mean, it's literally it says it's standard small arms. So I mean, yeah, they're basically just shooting this thing with pea shooters.
I know it. Guess where's the heavy artillery? I mean, these are dinosaurs. You know?
I mean, look, if I'm opening a dinosaur park, I mean, I'm literally putting a cannon I'm putting like a I'm putting like a cannon from the Middle Ages on that thing. I'm putting like a trebuchet around. You know, you got to have multiple fail safes.
I just
Keep a Hellfire missile on standby, you know, just to torch the island just in case.
Well, I mean, that's the thing, is there were no precautionary measures at all for this thing besides putting a tracker in it and putting it in a cage.
Yeah.
And then it had that shock thing. They said that on the tracker, like if it got too far, it would shock them, which didn't work.
No.
So it really shows how much thought they put into this park. And I was talking to Brennan, I was like, so they had the first park. They didn't even get it open yet, and it already went awry.
Yeah.
And then they were just like, you know what? Let's do it again.
And then they clearly know that there was at least 2 other mishaps of people going to this island and dealing with these dinosaurs. That's the thing, is that like they try to explain it away by being like, oh, well, the guy just wants to make money. But like that doesn't do a good enough job of actually justifying why you would open a safety park with zero safety measure. A theme park with zero safety measures.
You would think after they let a T-Rex escape to New York in the second movie, they would just be like, hey.
Oh, man, I forgot that.
Hey, we don't know if we should let this happen anymore.
Hey, man, maybe the dinosaurs they should just stay dead, you know?
You know, they were meant to be gone from this earth.
What does Jeff Goldblum say in the first movie? You spent so much time trying to figure out if you could that you didn't stop to think if you should. You know, like again, that's the thing, is that this idea, of course, the idea of Jurassic Park as a concept is like really done, but it's the type of thing where like after that first movie, the idea is exhausted.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing more to do. Like how many times can you have people decide to, you know, either introduce dinosaurs back into the world or open a theme park with old dinosaurs? Like you said, there's nothing really new here. It's just the exact same thing, but with a dinosaur that is somehow bigger, badder, and scarier than a T-Rex.
Yeah. And I mean, honestly,
you know what I just realized? This movie's in 2015. It's the exact same problem that I have with Star Wars A New Hope. It's the exact same movie, but with a bigger, badder villain, because it's not a moon-sized planet destroyer, it's a planet-sized planet destroyer. It's not the Death Star, it's Starkiller Base, which is a whole planet. I didn't even put 2 and 2 together. 2015 was not a great year, I guess.
No, not for movies at least. I mean, depending. I don't know what else we got in 2015.
I think Age of Ultron.
Oh, wait a second.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. That's a game changer.
Well, I mean, like...
Age of Ultron was great.
Age of Ultron is pretty good.
I love that movie. I love Ultron, though.
Well, yeah. And James Spader... Oh, this is also Ant-Man. James Spader was good, too. But yeah, I mean, that movie was, like, fine. But it wasn't great. It definitely didn't live up to the first one, and it definitely doesn't live up to the third or the fourth.
Fantastic Four.
Oh, this is the same year as Spectre. Oh, yeah, Fantastic Four. Oh, Pixels, that amazing Adam Sandler movie.
Chappie.
Justice League Gods and Monsters, that animated movie is actually really good.
Age of Ultron, too.
We also have Terminator Genesis. Yeah, I mean, that's the reason that we were looking this up.
Age of Ultron, too.
All right, but any case, Shayde, final thoughts? Anything to say about this wondrous movie?
Man, I love the first movies. I love the first movie. I like the second one. Third one sucks. But then they came back with this, and it feels like it was meant for the kids. It was meant for the children because it had cool dinosaurs that got to do cool things. And they flopped with the story. They let it fly. And we just got a really lazily written project.
Yeah, I mean, I'll definitely second that. It just definitely didn't live up to, like I said, the legacy of the first movie. I don't know. Like I said, it's a fun movie for sure. I mean, it's like the very definition of a popcorn flick.
Yeah.
Like it's a good one to just put on and have in the background and just zone out, as long as you don't really pay attention to anything that happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, they got the newest one coming out soon. So I got a lot of Jurassic doing.
Wow.
to do.
Yep, Jurassic World Rebirth opens on the 3rd of July, which at the time that this video will go out is just about 2.5, no, just a little over 2 weeks. So we're ramping in, getting close to the day. But I think that's where we're going to leave it here. Let's see, what do we got on the schedule? Next Thursday, I'm going to be reviewing The House of Brainiac, which is a recent Superman Action Comics crossover event as we continue our summer of Superman. And then we'll be back here next Tuesday to take a look at Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom with Shayde back in the second chair as well.
Yes, I'm back, baby.
Yeah, all right. So make sure that you comment down below. Let us know what you think of this movie. Let us know what you think of Fallen Kingdom before we let that review go. Yeah. Make sure you head on over to patreon.com/newwavenerds to support us and help us make these videos even better. And I will see you guys on Thursday.